A woman tried to hire another hitman to off her ex-husband after accepting a plea deal for the first attempt. What's up, everybody? Thank you for stopping by my video. I really appreciate all my subscribers, all my Magmanians there. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so. This lady tried to hire another hitman to off her husband, her ex-husband, I should say, after taking a plea deal for the first attempt. So you mean to tell me she didn't learn her lesson the first time? She really wanted to off this dude. In the article, it says she allegedly tried to recruit another incarcerated woman's boyfriend to do the deed. This after attempting to put a voodoo death spell, quote unquote, on her ex before a murder for hire plot. If you're in jail, you should never try to do anything illegal, because especially if it's something that's outside of jail, because somebody gonna be like, oh, I might gonna get time off if I snitch on this person that just told me some information, probably can get my sentence lowered. Dr. Stephanie Russell was initially charged with use of interstate commerce facilities in the commission of murder for hire back in 2022. Investigators said she contacted someone she believed was a hitman, but was actually an undercover FBI agent to off her ex, Rick Crabtree. So I guess that was the first time. He must have had his suspicions if they already had a little sting, setting her up. The day her trial was set to begin, she accepted a plea deal in that case, with sentencing set for later this month. This week, however, the case took another turn as prosecutors alleged Russell continued to seek out someone to off her ex after pleading guilty. She must have really hate this dude. I mean, was he abusive? I try to put myself in other people's head and see what the hell they probably be thinking about. Why would they do this? Why would they do that? The day after Russell entered her guilty plea, the United States was notified that Russell, who is in pretrial detention, was soliciting other female prisoners in a renewed effort to find someone to off her ex-husband. Because of this allegation, the government objects to Russell receiving any reduction for accepting of responsibility when it comes to sentencing. So she must have pleaded and they was going to take time off. Okay. but she in there thinking, oh, I'm in here with a bunch of criminals. Maybe I can get one of these people to, they already criminals up in here. Maybe I can get one of these people. I got money. I can pay you. As evidence, the sentencing doc points to, quote, a letter postmarked April 22nd, 2024, the date of Russell's guilty plea, sent by another pretrial detainee. Russell wanted to know if the boyfriend knew anyone who would be willing to call to off her ex-husband. The letter included the name, address of Russell's ex-husband, personal identification information, which the government's knowledge had not been made publicly available either as part of the federal criminal prosecution or the family court litigation. As the plea government provides for a sentence between 97 and 144 months, U.S. prosecutors are now requesting that the court impose a sentence of the high end of that range, or 144 months. Russell's attorney hasn't commented on the latest update. So the first murder for hire plot came to light amid an investigation into child abuse allegations Russell levied against her ex-husband amid a bitter custody battle over their two children. So that's what it was. The custody battle, and she probably was fearing that he might win, or she probably just didn't want to fight for him. So she was like, I hate this guts. Let me try to off him. The FBI agent assigned to the case wrote that Crabtree told the local police in 2019 that his ex was attempting to hire an assassin to off him in order to take full custody of their children. At the time, Crabtree's attorney provided a sworn affidavit from one of their children's nannies to police stating she was approached by Russell on multiple occasions in which Russell alluded to getting rid of Crabtree and asked whether she knew really bad people who could get rid of him. Really bad people, yeah. However, at the time, another FBI agent looking into the case was unable to corroborate the allegations against Russell, and the investigation was discontinued. In March 2022, however, local police offered new information to the FBI about another alleged murder for hire plot. Someone who worked at Russell's medical office, Kids Life Pediatrics, claimed Russell, who allegedly approached several employees about helping locate someone to kill her ex-husband. God, come on, man. You can't just be going around just asking everybody willy-nilly, you know anybody that kills him? You know somebody that, you know anybody that can that will murder somebody? You know somebody? You know any bad people? Anybody? Hmm? No? Okay. I'm telling you, she must have snapped. And the way you be going around asking your employees, your co-workers, if they know anybody that would do it. Come on, man. If somebody came up to me and said, hey, Chris, you know anybody that is at my job, you know anybody that will take somebody out for me? Come on, man. Are you serious? I mean, really, I be thinking that's a test. When the FBI spoke to the same witness, they said Russell approached two nurses at the business on separate occasions and asked each of them for assisting in offing Crabtree. The two witnesses who worked at Kid's Life provided text messages in which Russell discussed hiring someone to deliver, quote-unquote, Christmas flowers, which they said was code for offing her ex. The text allegedly showed Russell agreeing to pay a third party $4,000 for the job. First of all, that's too low. Though a date had been set, one of the witnesses said the person they would have hired offed himself and could no longer, quote-unquote, complete the task at hand. At this point, the FBI had already tipped on the case by local police and were speaking with both witnesses. When one of them met with Russell again, they gave her the number of an undercover agent and identified him as someone who could off her ex-husband. Okay, so that's how they got all into it. Yeah, she was going around. I mean, you talking about some leaving evidence and breadcrumbs. You just all sloppy with it. Come on. Back in March, additional documents were filed by the defense in her case, including photos of WhatsApp communication between Russell and spiritualists claiming to be proficient in quote-unquote death spells. Her defense released the messages in an attempt to show how their client's quote-unquote mental health was severely disturbed. You think? At that time. The first of the texts were between Russell and someone identified as only quote-unquote mama. Quote, looking for a death spell. Do you know about Quimbanda? What is your success rate, your price, your guarantees? Asked Russell at first, referring to an African Brazilian religion which reportedly uses animal sacrifice. Death success rates are 85%. Price depends on the number of people. 100% guaranteed or money back, quote unquote. The woman responded after being told her services will only be required to get rid of one person. The spiritualist said it would cost $580. Quote, do you use sacrifice, unquote, asked Russell, before the spiritualist replied no. The pediatrician then wondered whether she could pay after success, quote unquote. Quote, I only work on cash basis. It's strictly death spells. I can't tell you inside details, but I will do the job, unquote. Additional messages show Russell reaching out to another person whose handle was spiritual healer, quote unquote. Again, looking for a death spell. This person said they charge $430, needing half before, promising 100% results in 6 hours. Can I please pay after? I cannot afford to pay without results. Please help me. I promise you can trust me, said Russell, who claimed to have tried everything, quote unquote, before asking whether the spiritualists used Quimbanda or voodoo. I hope I'm saying that word right. The person said they practiced the latter. Eventually, they agreed to take only $50 up front, saying Russell would have results by the end of the day and promising money back, quote unquote, if the spell didn't work. Russell then sent the person a photo of Crabtree as well as his full name. A third person contacted by Russell was also asked the same question about death spells, their success rate, time frame, price. The pediatrician was told, what I can see is that he is into black magic and also has some type of protection. Offering him will harm you also. If you wish, we can banish him so that he will be away from you and your family. I would advise you to go for banishing spells only. She responded by saying, the only way we have peace is if he dies. Wow. Is there anything you can do to cause the death? Citing the filing, her lawyers submitted the text message to show their client seriously believed her ex-husband was a danger to her children and that she lacked the mental capacity to be convicted of murder for hire. You doing all this stuff, man. I mean, just divorce the person. She probably work maybe long hours. She probably figure, okay, that's gonna be his defense, is he can take care of the kid because she working all kind of crazy hours and all this other stuff. So she probably figured she ain't gonna win the custody battle because for whatever reason. Maybe because her mental health or something. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? If y'all like the story, hit the like button. If you want to share it. I want y'all to subscribe, hit that notification bell. That's it for this video. I'm ChrisMagma. I'll see y'all in the next one.